previously on the devlog. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is here for the next 3 or 4 days, I'm just going to throw on some videos in the background, and I'm going to try to get through as many of these guys as possible. So unfortunately, I lied a little bit in the last video. I just got done editing, and unfortunately, we're kind of out of time for the day. So next episode, I am going to be showing you guys my progress that we got with the Tokenizer class or the TokenizerStateManager class. How's it going, everybody? It is Ethan, or Unknown Coder. Welcome back to another devlog. Hopefully you've got your drinks because we're about to jump into a good one. Last episode we ended off with me saying that we were going to go ahead and do some coding. However, obviously that did not happen, so that's why we ended up starting out this episode with that little bit of a time lapse. It's actually been a couple weeks since I've even touched this code. As you can probably tell by all of the Minecraft uploads I've had, I just kind of went through a Minecraft kick and I wanted to work on that instead. So I have a small plan in this episode. Unfortunately, I haven't been doing a very good job of actually keeping track of what we've been working on. So the first thing I want to go ahead and do is go through our code and kind of review it and try to figure out where we left off. But then I have a couple of plans that I want to try to do. So then we'll go ahead and hop into Trello, kind of look through that, trying to reorganize some things because there's a lot of stuff that's kind of outdated. And after that, we'll actually go ahead, hop into some code and get some work done. As always, I'm Ethan, a technology trainer by day, developer and gamer by night. Let's go ahead and hop straight into the computer and get to work, everybody. We've been working on the HTML parsing service. This has been going on for a while now. I would like to finish this up eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later. We were primarily working inside of our tokenizer. All of our code is kind of in here. This class is mighty large. Originally, I was kind of thinking about making a factory, but I don't know if we're going to do that or not. Right now, we're just using an all-args constructor with auto-wired. So these are all just getting auto-wired. And then as we go through here, this is essentially a factory class in itself. As you can see, we have all of this done. So I think that we got all the way to like 40. So as you can see, we got 40. We also have done 42, 53, 54, and so on and so forth. So at this point, like, we've literally gotten about halfway done with this. But if we go ahead and look into our state logic, let's take a look at a couple of these before we hop into Trello. So these are essentially just those same exact classes or methods that we had inside of our tokenizer method or tokenizer class originally. So this is essentially going to just clear up this. So now our tokenizer just looks like this right now. So of course, this is going to be the actual code. But for now, this is just going to be how we're testing it. That way we're not messing around with the other threads right now. I just want to test only the tokenizer, not the parser. Let's go ahead and switch on over to Trello and kind of see what our board looks like and go through what we want to do from now on. This is a little bit out of date. So we are currently on project 0 still, so that still is fine. Use the class created to tokenize the HTML. So obviously this is still in progress. Create the virtualized DOM tree. We're going to move this into the product backlog. Create a class. This is technically done, but I'm also going to move it back. I'm not sure what this even is, so I'm going to move it into here to product backlog. This isn't done yet. Obviously, we've already done this. We still want to finish the tokenizer, obviously. We do not need this, so we're going to put these in the product backlog as well. So my plan for today is to refactor. I know we're always refactoring. Refactor state logic implementation classes. We want to add a abstract method to state logic. This is the abstract class that we have. This method should be called logic. So now instead of having those massive long names, all we're going to do is essentially just implement that same method called logic, and this should help us later on. Actually, now that I think about it, I think we do want a factory class. So create a state logic factory class. If you guys don't know what a factory class is, maybe we'll talk about it later. And then finally, start testing the state logic classes and logic methods. We want to make sure that we are in fact getting the correct values, so on and so forth. So with that being said, I think we are ready to hop into the code. So here is what our state logic abstract class actually looks like. So essentially all I want to do is just add in a public tokenizer state object logic, and then this is going to take in a tokenizer state object just like that. We got to add abstract. So now all of these classes should start complaining, as we see, because now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to just go through and essentially replace this right here with this logic. So I could literally just do something like this, logic, and then like that, and just like that, we have refactored it. And this is going to help us out a lot inside of our factory class. So I'm going to go ahead and go through all of these, and I'll be back probably in an hour or two. So that only actually took like 5 or 10 minutes, so that's not too bad. However, we still have this massive issue in here. So how am I going to fix that? I'm going to go ahead and make that factory class. If you don't know what a factory class is useful whenever you have a bunch of objects that kind of extend or implement the same interface or class. So they're essentially going to be of the same type. And if you have tons of them, you don't necessarily know which one you're going to need at runtime. So this is going to determine and create the correct tokenizer state logic class for us, and then return the next state for us. What this is going to be is a massive switch state, and we will go from there. Be back with you guys with some updates. So just a quick correction, we don't actually want to return the tokenizer state object. We want to return a state logic object, which we will then use in here to actually get the next state. I just wanted to clarify that real quick. Are you enjoying the content? Maybe learned something new? Please make sure to hit that like button below if you are in fact joined, or if you're not, go ahead and leave a dislike. Also, if you have some feedback, good or bad, I would love to hear it in the comment section below. All user interaction helps me out a ton with this YouTube algorithm. So while you're at it, also make sure you hit the subscribe button below. It's free. And if you hit the bell icon, you can also give you alerts when I post new content like this. So let's get back into the video. All right, real quickly before we get interrupted here, our tokenizer logic factory kind of finished up. All this does is it checks the current state of our tokenizer state object and then returns the correct data object, or not data object, but data logic object. So now what we want to go ahead and do in here is we can get rid of all of this. So this is no longer needed. And then what we can do is instead of this, we can say return logic factory dot get this, and then we just need to say dot logic, pass in our object, and voila. So now we just need to do that for literally all of these, and we're good to go. I made a little bit of discovery, just like I'd kind of thought before, but then I kind of backed down on and then kind of came back around to flip-flop. So the reason why I didn't really want to necessarily make a state logic factory is because our get state function literally turns into this essentially. So we might not even need this entire class that I worked so hard on. We could probably just pull in the state logic factory inside of our tokenizer and call it over and over again, which I may or may not do, we'll see. But that's just part of what I want to do this morning. So now all we got left is to do some testing. So I'm going to take a small break from recording and I'm probably going to do a little bit of editing because we've done quite a bit there already this morning. I might also add in one smaller task. For some reason, let me scroll down a little bit. Our character tokens are not showing the actual data in here, so these shouldn't be blank. So I'm going to go through and maybe figure out why in the heck this is doing this. It's definitely working, although because as you can see, we are getting like HTML and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's just a toString or what's going on, but I might also look into that for a little bit. And I'll be back in a little bit, probably to show you guys how I'm going to do the test. And then I will probably do a quick time lapse and try to get as many tests as I can this episode. All right, what's up everybody? I just wanted to do a little bit of a quick time lapse chat. I have no clue how long this is gonna last. I have no clue how long the time lapse is gonna last. I just kind of wanted to sit down and chat for a little bit. I had a few things to talk about. I don't remember how many. I'm gonna try to remember everything. So let's go ahead and just hop straight into it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that I am essentially just running out of time in general to make videos. So unfortunately, this video is probably going to be the last one for a couple weeks. I'm going to probably space out the videos. I already started recording the Minecraft video. However, it's nowhere near going to be done and it's not going to be done. There's a couple things that are contributing to this. So firstly, we have a guest coming down next week, or literally, yeah, the week after you guys see this, because I'm actually cutting it short right now. So we have a guest coming in the middle of the week, so I'm not going to have time to record Minecraft through the entire week like I normally would. So we'll see what I can get done throughout this weekend and early next week. For this weekend, primarily Saturday, we're going to be doing some cleaning and some other things. So I'm probably not going to have that much time to work on videos or Minecraft videos. Secondly, another training's popping up. So typically the first 3 to 5 weeks are going to be extremely busy. And I've already been fighting an uphill battle with trying to get this stuff done in the first place. So it's probably going to be a struggle for me to get videos done and things like that. So just kind of keep that in mind. Even if I get the Minecraft video done quote unquote on time, I'm still probably going to push it back just about a week. That way I can actually have time to get other things done, try to get a little bit ahead. So go ahead and just expect there not to be a video the week after, and then maybe a Minecraft video after that. We'll see how I feel about coding and stuff. Right now, my hands and wrists and arms are pretty much shot. I've essentially been coding all through the day, and then I come around and I code here. Well, actually, I code right after I wake up. I get up, take my dog out, I'll hop on here, do the time lapse, go to work. I've been coding to get ready for my training. Then after work, I take a little bit of break and I code for another couple hours. So my arms and hands and wrists and everything are killing me. So I definitely need a break from that. So we'll see how I feel about coding. We'll see how much work I have to do. We'll see how busy I am. It might just be Minecraft for a few weeks and we might come back and visit this. Or we might do the flip-flop here and there. We'll see what's going on. And give me a second. Let me think about the second thing I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, secondly, I just wanted to say, I know that a couple people from work have found my channel and stuff. Let's go ahead and let's just keep our company confidential just because of obvious reasons. I don't want my real name and all the information getting out. I don't mind people watching it and sharing videos and things like that. I just want to make sure that we kept our company confidential and all of that good stuff. But I think that is essentially going to be it. If I think about something else, I'll go ahead and just quickly record it and throw it in after this. I'm going to go ahead and let the rest of the time lapse roll. Probably going to start editing this up. That way I can have this actually done and ready for tomorrow. And I'll see you guys after the time lapse. All right, everybody, that is going to be about it for this episode. That was probably the most painstaking thing I've ever done, writing all those 40 tests. That was awful. So much repetitiveness. My hands are killing me. I didn't think I was ever going to get done. I got to the point where I could only code for about an hour or so, and I got really, really tired of coding just because I was doing the same things over and over again. So you know what that means? We're probably going to go through this later on and kind of refactor and try to extract some things. I'm assuming that the test methods work about the same way as regular methods, except they're ran as a test. So I'm hoping that we can extract some of that stuff. But again, I haven't done that much testing with Spring Boot specifically, so I don't know what can and can't be extracted. I've never actually done testing on a project this large. I've kind of just done some small testing here and there. And like, I don't really like testing that much, all that good stuff. But yeah, but with that being said, that's essentially all I've got for this episode. Next episode, if we go back through and try to finish up the Tokenizer class, which we need to do very, very soon, I'm probably going to go ahead and do test-driven development. And it just makes sense that way I don't do 40 tests in a row like this. I'd rather do like 20 and 20 and then do 20 and 20 again. But I'm hoping that we can wrap up the Tokenizer very soon. That way we can actually start building our tree. We've been working on this service for so long now, but it is an integral part because this is how we're going to grab all of our data. We're also trying to make it very small and light. Unlike Chromium and Selenium that runs up an entire web browser, we don't want that. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. You know the deal. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you didn't like it, you can leave a dislike. Anything helps out with the algorithm. Leave a comment. If you really like the videos, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss more episodes like this and Minecraft videos. So with that being said, I've been Ethan, or Unknown Coder. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.